Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, wonderful Tuesday. So today I'm gonna go ahead and do plant feature Tuesday, and I've been missing a few, but today I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. My June plant Tuesday. I guess this will be the first one this for June. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do my Cebu blues. I actually have two. I had did a unboxing, I believe, for these from Steve's Leaves. I got one, and it came pretty. They both came pretty in bad shape, but it was during the winter, so. And I spent quite a penny for them when after I bought them. I think I spent like $15 maybe for a 4-inch. That really was like one. I want to say there was only probably one little tiny vine, about two vines maybe in each one, and they were both in little 4-inch pots. But I wasn't working with much, and I just was really disappointed. But they have grown so much. It's crazy. But of course, I seen one at Walmart for $15, and it was big, full, and plush. Of course, that's how it always is. But yeah, so I went ahead and potted them separately because I had told them, and they basically duplicated the order. They sent me two, because I had got some Cebu blues and some Sansevierias, which the Sansevierias, two of them, well, anyways, I had trouble with all of those, with the whole order. And it was really, I think it's just because it was winter time. I had ordered them in December, so you get, it is what it is. But they have put on so much new growth, it's ridiculous. They're just growing, vining. This one's vining. This one's a little fuller for some reason. That one's fuller. I want to say maybe this was the second one that they sent. And it's struggled. This basically, so I was letting them dry out, but these ones really don't want to dry completely out. They want at least 75%, like philodendrons. Versus my Pothos, they like to dry out. So this is a Pothos, but it's more, reminds me more of a philodendron. And to get this blue silvery color, you do have to give them a lot of light. I keep them by west windows. So anyhow, they've grown quite a bit. If you want to go back on my videos and see, there's a Steve's Leaves unboxing, and you'll see I had did an unboxing on these, and I got them back in December, and they have grown so much, just a lot. They've grown a lot. I have them in a very well draining soil mix. It's pretty much the standard one I use. Perlite, Epsom, Espoma organic potting soil, perlite. I believe I put a little bit of cactus mix in with them, and a little bit of orchid bark. Just give it real airy, because they do like to be airy, and they don't want to dry completely out, but they don't want to be soggy either, because you will get the yellow tips on the leaves. Because first I had to figure it out, because I let them dry out too quick, and then I was watering too much. So then I had like a few of the tips were yellow, and then a few of the new growth was cracking. Like this one right here, when it was coming out, it was cracked because it was too dry. So now I know it's pretty much in between. They don't want to be dry, and they don't want to be soggy. So pretty much that's how they are. Now it's summer, so it's like once a week. They're not in terracotta. They are in, it's a glazed ceramic pots. They're the twins, but it's a glazed ceramic. So it does keep in a little bit of moisture. That I think balances it out a little bit better. But that's what I would recommend because they really don't want to dry out. They're a lot different than the regular pothos. But anyhow, so yeah, so it's a well draining soil mix. Just a good mixture, well draining soil mix. You want to make sure you have a lot of stuff that it drains out. And if you can, put it in a, you know, plastic or a glazed pot. I wouldn't do terracotta in these with these ones. Excuse me, just because they really don't like to dry out. But you probably could put them in terracotta. Just constantly have to water them because I have my marantas and my calatheas in terracotta. So who am I to say anything? Because those ones, and I find myself with them now that it's summer. I just water them a little bit a day, just a little bit. I've been watering them because they want to dry out also. But yeah, so just give them a really good, well draining soil. Don't let them dry completely out. Give them a lot of sun if you want this color. I'm sure if you kept them in low light, they'll survive, but they probably won't have like this silvery blue color that it has. I don't think so. I know I did have them on a little bit of lower light and it looked like they started getting like a green color. Then I just pushed them a little closer to my west window and they are just turning lighter and lighter by the day. So it's more of a silvery blue color. So let's see what else. I give all my plants, I can't afford to do the filter water, which I'll probably end up investing in getting a filter or a fish aquarium, but I do give them tap water that I sit out for a couple of days. I leave my tap water sitting out for a couple of days. I'm going to actually get a water tester. I want to just experiment and see because even when you buy filter waters, sometimes you don't even know what you're buying. So I'm going to get a tester and I'm going to see what the water does when I first take it out the tap, test it, and then when I leave it out for 48 to 72 hours, test it and see what it comes out to be. I know that's a little TMI, but it might be an idea for someone else who can't afford to get a filter water. It's hot. I need to drink as much water as I can. So I was giving them my water, but recently I'm drinking a lot of water. It's hot out here. It's been in the triple digits. So it's really hot. So the water, I just leave it sitting out. I've been doing that though, really for a year now with all my plants. And it is what it is. I don't know how Sacramento water is, but I do plan on getting some testers and doing that. So anyways, that's what water I give them. I do have the Job's fertilizer sticks inside of pretty much all my plants. They've been doing pretty good. They've been growing really good with those Job's fertilizer sticks. I know there's all kinds of different fertilizers out there, but to each his own. That is what I use for my plants. And I do, once again, all this care that I do for them is from Sacramento, California. I do keep it pretty humid around them. Also, they like humidity. So I keep bowls of water. I keep them all grouped together. That just helps your humidity because they are tropical. They're more tropical than pothos, than your regular pothos. They like humidity, I've noticed. And they also, like I said, they don't want to dry out completely. So they're pothos, but they have a total different character of your average pothos for some reason. So I know when they get larger, they get holes in them, just like the marble queen. I mean, the golden pothos gets really big in the wild and it has holes in it as well. So yeah, this is the Cebu blue. Once again, let's see, I went over lighting. I do give them west window lighting. I give them fertilizer sticks for my fertilizer, fast draining soil. I do have them once again in pots that are glazed ceramic pots. I'm sure you could put them in a terracotta or whatever. It's up to you, you know. Just make sure you don't let them dry completely out because they don't really want to dry out completely. So just like my philodendrons, even my philodendrons, I let them dry out a little bit more than I let these ones dry out because you will start seeing the leaves cracking and stuff. Let's see. I give them plenty of airflow. All the plants, I make sure I have airflow running for them. I keep the temperature nice and warm for them. Let's see what else. That's about it. I'm gonna keep them in these pots. They'll probably be fine for another year. I'll probably repot them up next year. So I'm sure they'll be fine in this pot, and then I'll up a pot up for them. I could have put them together, but I chose to keep them in two separate little pots. It's just something about when you get two different plants sent in. It's like each plant is its own individual, even though if it's the same kind. So that's why I have them in the two little pots. But I'm sure I've been seeing at my Walmart, they have the huge ones. So you can check there. You can look online. They're pretty available most places. But yeah, so that's about it for the care for these guys. Like I said, give them some humidity. You can group them together. I have a video on humidity hacks if you want. There's all types of ways you can wash your clothes out now that it's warm also. But even when it was cold, I washed my clothes out and I hang them all around my plants, and that's giving humidity for them. Put bowls of water, just so you don't have to be constantly running a humidifier all day long. There's other little ways you can do things to put humidity around your plants. So yeah, that's about it. Like I said, make sure you give them plenty of light. I don't know about like direct sunlight, but they do get they get bright indirect light. And it's right by a west window, and I keep them pretty close to a west window, and I haven't seen no burnt leaves or anything. So they're good as far as I know. To get that color, you're gonna want to give them some bright indirect light. Other than that, that's about it. That's my care for my Cebu blues pothos. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Hope I was pretty informative. Once again, all the care that I give them is coming from Sacramento, California. So your region may be totally different than my region. Everything I do could be very different from wherever you live or anything. I'm just giving you the general care. I told you where they sit, what type of window they sit by. I give them humidity. The soil, well draining, is going to have perlite, some, potting soil, orchid bark, pumice rocks. Let's see, they have the charcoal. Add those things. You want to add stuff to just plain potting soil to give it a real airy soil. So then it drains pretty fast. And of course, both these pots have drainage holes. So make sure your pot has a drainage hole. Other than that, they're really easy to take care of. They just have a few little steps you got to follow, and they'll live and they'll grow like crazy. Because I know these ones have grown so much, like a lot, and they're pretty full. This one as well. It's they're growing very fast. All I can say, like I said, I only started. Each plant had about 2 vines, and they weren't long vines. I'm talking 2 little cuttings basically in each pot. That's what I could say. And they have grown quite a bit. So if you see a Cebu blue, grab you one. They're really beautiful to look at. They're easy to take care of. They don't require a lot. Like I said, humidity, I wouldn't recommend, I'm not saying that they need lots and lots like the calatheas and all that stuff, but they do want some type of humidity. Just put some bowls of water, decorative bowls of water around them. Put them close together towards other plants. Make sure you have airflow, a fan blowing on them just so fungus doesn't build up. Other than that, these plants are really beautiful and easy to take care of. So thank you so much for watching this video, and have a blessed week. Bye.